So welcome back everyone to the Back 40 Firewood channel. It's another frigid April day here in west central Wisconsin. And so since I'm out here all bundled up, I thought I would talk to you about an idea I have for my bundles. I know a lot of you out there have been always telling me I need to switch from the bags because the bags cost too much money and there's a better way to do bundles. And so I have been thinking a lot about it. All right, so I mentioned this on the live stream last Friday night, that I've been thinking about another way to do bundles in the roadside stand. And what I got thinking about was the fact that I have customers who come here and they pick up the loose $20 racks out of the stand. So that got me thinking, would it be a value for customers to come here and pick up a smaller amount of loose firewood? So not necessarily the big $20 rack, but maybe they'd like to have just a bundle amount size loose, or maybe they'd want, you know, half of a rack, like $10 worth instead of a $5 bundle or a $20 loose stack. What if there was a way to provide the customer with an option of having a loose bundle? That would then save me from having to put the wood in a bag and having to buy the bag. So I've come up with an idea that I'm going to be trying here and putting into the roadside stand, and it involves one of these right here. It is a oversized milk crate. So I just filled one of these up and it holds roughly 16 pieces compared to the 10 to 12 pieces in a bag. So the crate holds a little more wood, which would be an incentive for a customer to just take the loose wood right out of the crate instead of buying the bag. And I'll show you. So this is how much wood is in one of these crates. Pretty good amount. And these crates are built nice and solid. And the thing I like about them compared to like using a tote is the fact that the bottom is open. So like bark and debris and anything will fall out of this before I put it into the roadside stand. And that would allow the customer to then take this and just dump it right into their truck, right into their trunk, whatever they're here getting firewood in. It might just give them an option that they get a little bit more wood. It saves me from, again, like I said, making the bundle, and saves me from buying the bag. So I've got two of the crates all filled up with wood. I'm going to take them up to the stand, and I'm going to show you what my plan is as far as giving the customer a way to actually take this little crate out of the stand and potentially just dump it into their vehicle. So I'm also going to add another idea to the roadside stand to deal with things like this. Like this piece of wood is kind of one of those odds and ends pieces, or like some of these smaller splits and break-offs. I have an idea as well that I'm going to be adding to the roadside stand to maybe also kind of help entice the customer into this option of the loose bundle. I'll explain in a bit. Let's head up to the shed. All right, so to make this loose bundle option something that the person isn't just going to walk off with the crate, I needed to make a little sign to inform the customer what they were getting and what was all involved. So I've got this little sign, $5 a crate, loose bundle, crate not included, slightly larger than the bag bundle. Crates can be removed and used for loading. Please return crate to stand when finished. So basically this is just a little instructional guide for the customer to know that the crate's not included, just getting the wood. And then to make sure they don't walk off with the crate, I decided to add some chain and to lock it up. So I'm going to take the crate and I'm going to actually fasten it with this chain to the stand. I'm going to start with 2 loose bundles at a time just to see how it goes. And so I have a 50-foot chain. I figured I would just cut that in half, and that way that should give them enough room to like take the bundle, take the crate over to their truck, over to their car, and load it. So now the next step is to take this with the crate up to the stand and get it put in place. Okay, so I got both crates tethered with the chain, both locked on, and just kind of loosely wrapped down there in the ground. I put the anchor points here for the chain, so that way no matter what crate you take, you should be able to get the same distance to take it over and load it up to your car. So now, just to give this a test, I'm going to take a crate out and take it over, pretend I'm loading it onto the tractor there, and we'll just see how easy the chain unravels and just what it's like. All right, so that didn't work out too bad. The chain comes out pretty easy. When you pull it back, when you bring it back in though, there is a little bit of slack still on the ground there, so I might have to think about that. But you remember this oddball piece that I had? So my other idea, along with these loose bundles, was to, on the end here, offer a bargain bin, free of charge. Odds and end pieces of wood, cut-offs or scrap pieces that won't fit in bundles. Any wood in this bin is free. So I throw that oddball piece down there, and now somebody comes back here and they're like, oh, okay, well, if I take this loose wood from this bundle, I could also grab that loose wood right there. So maybe it'll entice them to consider buying the loose bundle as opposed to a bag. Because if they buy the bag, you know, why would they then take the loose wood? If they want the loose wood, they would take the bundle that's loose. So we'll see. Like I said, just a little experiment I'm going to try to see how this works. So there's my idea for another option to add into the roadside stand to give the customer a choice when coming to get firewood. Like I said, this way, from the customer's point of view, the advantage with the loose bundle, they get a little bit more wood for the same price as a bag bundle. The advantage for me is I don't have to buy a bag, and I don't have to take the time to make the bag. And believe me, filling one of those crates and swapping out the chain and the lock on the crate to restock it is much quicker than loading up one of those bags, tying it shut. Process is just a lot smoother. So it's a big advantage for me. The other thing I added to the stand was the bargain bin with just a couple loose pieces of scrap wood that have got a lot of it laying around. It's you know, bent pieces or odd splits, things that don't really fit into a bundle very nicely. So this way, toss them in the bargain bin, and like I said, maybe that will entice customers to say, oh, well, if I can get 3 or 4 pieces of free wood along with this loose bundle, it's a better deal than just buying that one bag and also taking the loose wood. Because like I said, if you're going to take the loose wood with the bag, why not just take all of it loose? I am still looking for possibly a better solution for that chain. I was looking at like retractable tethers for like a clothesline. They make them. I've also seen some other ones that they were basically just rope. So, I mean, that would be a little easier to cut than that chain, although I suppose you could kind of bend the chain and break it off if you really wanted to. But the other thing I thought about with the retractable tether is the fact that if you take the crate out and let's say set it down and you started pulling wood out of it, by the time you got down to maybe 1 or 2 pieces, that retractable tether might pull the crate back away from the customer or even out of their hands. So that's the one thing that I kind of thought about might not be that good of an option. I know they make retractable ones where like you have to give it a little tug and then it will retract. So, you know, like I said, I'm going to see how this goes. If I'm refilling those crates way more than I'm making bundles, then maybe I'll add a few more crates out there. And maybe I will look at a better solution for the tether to tie it into the rack. So we'll see how it goes with this little experiment. We'll see what happens. Like I said, it might just be an option that people will either appreciate having and take advantage of, or it might just be a big waste of time and I spent 40 bucks on 4 crates that I'll have to find a use for somewhere else. Who knows? The only way to really know is to try it and find out. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Good idea, bad idea, what you think might happen, or maybe ways to improve it. Greatly appreciate that feedback. So see you next time. Stay safe, have fun, and be cool.